So, Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat's a beloved franchise at this point. I mean, I remember playing the first game, um, playing the second and third, and I've kind of not played throughout the years, but I've watched it. I think we had the first one, not the first game, but the one that was on Xbox. I can't remember the name of it. Um, but there's been so many. There was spin-off games. You had like the Sub-Zero Chronicles or whatever the hell that was called. Uh, Such a wide array of Mortal Kombat games, and it's a beloved franchise. People love it. People love the lore of the game, the characters. They add new characters all the time. They have crossovers. You might have one game with TMNT or Batman, or you have Freddy Krueger popping up, which kind of makes sense. And in this time, in this game, we've got like Omni-Man. So we're going to be blessed with the voice of J.K. Simmons, who obviously plays Omni-Man. But we're also, however you want to see it, with the voice of Megan Fox. Yes, the Megan Fox, the one and only. She can't act. She can't voice act. Quite frankly, I can't think of anything that this woman can do that's actually good. But she's somehow been in Hollywood for this long, probably because she's somewhat attractive. Now, I don't think I've seen her without makeup on, so true beauty, I don't know. But is she nice to look at when she's got her makeup on? I guess. But we are being blessed to have her voice in one of the most beloved franchises in gaming. And are you guys ready for this? Are you ready? I don't think you're ready for this. I don't think you're ready.
Don't I scare you in the least?
I see weirder every weekend on Sunset.
That blade's enchanted. We can't help what we are. That we feed on blood doesn't make us evil.
I know, you're thinking just stellar performance. Just absolutely just grips your heart. You can feel the emotion and the hurt in her voice. So it reminds me of this game I talked about ages ago, called Chaos Wars. Now, this was a game, very low budget game. It didn't have some kind of following. It hadn't been around for nearly 30 years. It was like this small game, and apparently the producer, the voice director, whoever needed voices, so they basically got like friends and family. And you can tell because these voice lines have no feeling behind them whatsoever. There was no direction. It was just basically like them going in. Now, how voice acting normally works, you go in, well, nowadays you can pretty much sit at home, but there's some direction, there's some, that's why you need a voice director. They tell you, oh yeah, hey, the anger, could you just like 20% more? Or yeah, that last part, I want you to really, but these people were just kind of like given a script and they just read it the first time. Yeah, we did it. We're making a game. But here.
So, can you move, Uru? Karen?
Wow, I really can't move my body.
What did you do, Nicole?
What did you do, Nicole? Wow, I really can't move my body. Like, if that was me, like that, wow, I really can't move my body. It's like, yeah, could you just, like, the enthusiasm and the desperation, if you can increase that by, like, I don't know, 75%, you really want them to feel like they're in this situation and that there's this real threat happening. Because it's just like, just normal Tuesday for me, am I right? It's terrible voice acting. It's just like, here's the script. No direction, no nothing. And this was like a no-name type game, and it's gotten a following over the years because of this, because of the voice acting. This is freaking Mortal Kombat. And yet they have someone as talentless as Megan Fox providing a voice. Don't I scare you in the least? No. No. Again, we know they, like, I've looked up the cast. Phil Lamar. J.K. Like I said, for Omni-Man, J.K. Simmons. Steve Bloom, amazing voice actor. You know, good old Spike Spiegel or Orochimaru, or one of the men, like pretty much every anime that's English, you know, has an English dub. It's got Steve Bloom in it somewhere. So all these grade A, high quality voices. Christina V, amazing actress, you know, voice actress. And then you have Megan Fox. And it's like they just put it in front of her and that there was no direction at all. You know, it's just like she reads her lines and then they're like, great job, Megan. Okay, on to the next one. Like normally a line, you have to do several takes of it because, you know, it's like you're saying it, but the voice director is kind of like, well, that one was good, but just that last little part, if you could just, you know, up a little bit. And it's like, it's just a back and forth between the voice actor, the voice director, the sound director, and stuff like that. But it's basically like they just handed her the script and just whatever she came out with, that was like, good job. Okay, next line. I'm like, there's sometimes one line can take 50 takes because you're constantly tweaking that to get it perfect. But with Megan Fox, that doesn't seem to be Mortal Kombat, people. Mortal Kombat. Hire a real voice artist instead of celebrities for marketing stunts. Don't I scare you in the least? This is the. I love this scene. And I remember watching it actually on the show this episode. But it's like Mr. Burns is doing this like the film thing, and he's got like these different stories. You know, like one's Egypt, and then like an ET type thing, and and then he says this, and he's like, "We did 20 takes, and that was the best one." It's also the one with the same. This is the same part with when they start booing him, and they're like, he's like, "Are they booing me?" And Smithers is like, no, they're saying boo earns, boo earns. And then he turns around and he's like, are you saying boo or boo earns? And everyone screams like, boo! And then and then what's his name? Hans Moleman. He's like, I was saying boo earns. And one, you're like, well, that's very sweet. But then two, what the hell is boo earns? It's a great scene. It's hilarious. This is pure cope, but when I hear her voice, I was like, the okay, vampires in this timeline are just regular gals. Isn't that interesting? Holy crap, those lines are delivered with no effort at all. The lines are bad too. Yeah, the line about the being, you know, not defining who we are. In fact, I think that was like one line if you've seen the movie, oh my god, what is it? The Vampire's Apprentice. John C. Reilly and like the vampires and the but there's a line that's almost at the end of the movie. It's the same thing. It's kind of like that, you know, how, you know, just because you have to drink blood, it doesn't define who you are and crap like that. It's a good movie. Yeah, but I mean that's for another day because that's I've had a lot of problems with that movie. Megan Fox was never popular for her voice to begin with. Again, the voice acting from Wished 100%. Mom, I want Mortal Kombat. You have Mortal Kombat at home. Mortal Kombat at home. Um, Again, it was. I'm not a professional voice actor, but I know how that works. Again, there's a back and forth. There has to be someone listening to your performance, and there has to be back and forth about, oh yeah, well, this scene it's a bit more emotional. So when you read these lines, they'll have you get into that mindset. They'll have you get into that mindset, like with Naruto, uh, in Naruto Shippuden, where Naruto's kind of talking to his dad, and where his dad's kind of like being going back, and you see him tearing up and everything. Miley Flanagan, who does the voice of Naruto, apparently had just lost her mom not too long ago, so the emotions of Naruto saying goodbye to his father, those were genuinely like real feelings there, because she had just lost her mother not too long before that. So these were real feelings that were being put into the voice. But it's a back and forth, and sometimes one line, no matter how simple it is, it can take several takes. But they just, here, Megan, we know you're going to give a stellar performance, so we're not even going to bother doing a whole lot of takes. Just give us what you got, girl. Just give us some of that Megan Fox charm. And then you get, don't I scare you in the least? How was that? This is so bad. It's like she went on Cameo and said these lines for a Make-A-Wish kid. She showed up at 11:30 a.m. and left at 11:39 a.m. Tough scene. Mystique. Oh, I'm a Mystique, man. Mystique. And not the Jennifer Lawrence Mystique, but Rebecca Romaine Stamos, or Rebecca Romaine. Don't I scare you, Annalise? It's so stupid. It sounds like AI. Literally the worst character in this game. Oh, great heavens. Don't I scare you in the least? I don't care. Get out of here. NetherRealm somehow managed to top Ronda Rousey with an even worse performance. You have no skills and you're a loser. In the least. I love her lack of energy. Go, girl. Give us nothing. Yeah, I'm sure Cyborg would have something to say. And they specifically advertised Santara as the character with a special voice actor. It's special, all right. I literally don't like to be a hater, but did they really let that voice crack slide? Yeah, I mean, voice cracking or breathing. So most of the time, if you've got a long line, they have to take in that breath, because if they hear any kind of breathing, because you're sometimes, you're right here. So, normal breathing can be picked up. So if they hear breathing, it's like, okay, we got to do the line again. Or if your voice cracks, you're voicing a character and they have now there are some characters that where they do have voice cracks a little bit. Maybe they're like going through puberty or something. But for most characters, if your voice cracks while voicing characters, like, okay, we got to do the line again. So, but again, they just had her do like one take, it seems. They're like, oh, we're good to go. Congratulations. You're amazing, Megan. Oh boy, I sure hope they put a forgotten actor with subpar voice acting skills in a beloved franchise. Nobody. Imagine they hired Maggie Robertson to voice Tara. Would have been no idea who that person is, but I'm sure they'd be amazing. Actually, hang on. Okay, so I forgot. That's Lady Dimitrescu. Um, yeah, with the hat. Um, Peanut Vendor, God of War, Resident Evil. Yeah, I've seen like interviews with her. Very nice voice. Yeah, so yeah, she would have been. She has that kind of voice you'd expect for Mortal Kombat. Um, you know, just from Resident Evil and her character in Resident Evil, you know she can do the harder hitting stuff. You know she can do, that deeper, more like guttural kind of thing. Because again, it's Mortal Kombat. Fatalities where, you gotta, you know, stuff like that. So yeah, she probably would just kill it. Remember, these are the lines kept in. That means they were the best, or they were the only ones. It's the at least that got me wondering. Not on a deep philosophical level, but questioning whether or not it was worth playing anymore. It's not like she's a stranger to screaming or doing voices. I mean, fun fact, they did hire a professional voice actor for Natara, Christina V, amazing voice actress. You might know her, Shantae Taylor Mars, a few characters from Genshin. Yeah, she plays in Genshin. I think she's Venti, not Venti. Wow, no, that's Erica. Um, Bennett, Bennett, and like a few others. So her voice, she also did a thing for Pokemon, like her on her own time of like her doing Sprigatito's voice, but Despacito, like really cute. But it was unfortunately she didn't get to do that voice for Sprigatito. Sprigatito just kind of has like a regular meow, considering it's a cat Pokemon. But yeah, Christina V, Ladybug. You want to know what they had her do? All Natara's battle groans, screams, grunts. No speaking lines, though. I wonder why. That's just how talentless Megan Fox is. I think Mortal Kombat as a series in general was essentially spiritually. Uh, what? Hello, Sam. Hello. What? And speaking of kitty cats, there's a kitty cat right there. This is why they should have used Cyrax or Sector instead of Intara. Yeah, this is 100% on the direction. Megan Fox has shown that she's a good actress, but it's clear that she was given no direction for this character. I doubt that. Well, I mean, it's also that. It's kind of on both. Same as Peter Dinklage, in my opinion. If you're going to be a director, you need to be able to communicate to your talent what they need. I mean, but it's mortal. Sometimes you don't need a director, like the scene right here. Obviously, it's a tense scene. It's a tense scene, so you need to play it that way, but don't go overboard with it. And this is like a very emotional, you're saying that just because we live this way or whatever, that doesn't define who we are. But it's like just casually saying it. That's not how we would. I mean, I know I wouldn't portray it that way, right, Sam? Yeah, exactly. Even Sam, he wouldn't do it. Isn't that right, Bubba? Yeah. So sometimes you don't need a voice director to look at a scene and see how your voice and the line should be portrayed, because I, I mean, critical thinking skills, people, common sense, use it. again, I look at these scenes and something like that where it's not super emotional, but there should be some emotion in the voice, especially when you're talking about, just because we live a certain way, that doesn't define who we are. Go on. Can I? Can I help you? You're kind of killing the vibe here. Or, I don't know, maybe not. Let me see the face. Mwah. We interrupt this program to bring you Sam. Isn't that right, bub? So, it's Megan Fox. It's Megan Fox. Most of the time, it's like, it's passable depending on what she's in. You had what's the horror movie she was in when she's like possessed by the demon, and was it Megan's Body or something like that? I can't remember. I saw it ages ago. I think it was called I can't remember. Let me know. I can't remember if that was because her name is Megan Fox, and I think it was like something's body. But was it Megan's Body? But oh, there we go. Finally, The Rock has come back. But again, it's every time I've seen her in something, it's just subpar. And having an actress physically on screen is one thing, because it's like, oh, well, her acting may suck, but at least she sure is pretty to look at. But this is different. This is Mortal Kombat. As you can see, there's no real people. There might be real people, with the dots all over them for motion tracking, but they're not, it's still voices being provided. Your voice work needs to be not subpar. Your voice is what helps drives the story. Emotional scenes are driven by your voice. And if you have someone like Megan Fox who is either not getting the direction she needs because apparently she needs it. Again, scenes like this where it's kind of obvious how they should be portrayed, but apparently it's just not clicking for them. But either way, it's Mortal Kombat. It's been around for like 30 years at this point. There should be some standard, some direction in the voices that they use, because again, look at the cast. Amazing cast. Like J.K. Simmons. Again, he plays Omni-Man, but he has such a good voice. That man can be really freaking threatening. He could be your lovable goofball, dad or grandpa, or he can switch in a second and sound very dark, very menacing, very threatening, very scary. Megan Fox just doesn't, or Steve Bloom. Steve Bloom. And then you have Megan Fox. Again, she's like, well, the movie sucked, but she was nice to look at. But here, it's all there. It's all the voice. And if you don't bring your A game for your voice acting, but anyway, that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.